Hey everyone, it's your host Cyber, and welcome to a vlog. This is mostly like a blog, if you want to put it that way, but more of a vlog. I'm not here to show up in a gameplay or anything, and I haven't posted on my channel a lot lately. I've been typically trying to post at least once a week, and the reasons for this is because I rather have more time for myself than just having every day to worry about a video. This way, I'm not stressing myself out whether if I'm going to make a video or not, and it gives me time to think about what ideas I want to post. And seemingly, my videos have been doing very actually decently. Instead of having a daily, or other YouTubers are doing theirs daily, I do mine once a week. So this way, I can have time to myself and think about what I want to upload, and then it gives me other time to also do other things. So yeah, that puts it up there. The second thing I wanted to talk about in this specific video is, do you guys remember the PSP? Back, I think it was like 2004, I think it was, the PSP was released, and I couldn't be much more excited. I didn't own one at launch, so I was like, damn, I could have got one at launch, but I didn't. I waited years and years before I actually got one, and this is when the PS3 was already out. I finally got one for, I think, Christmas, I believe, and I was really excited because it was a handheld that I was looking more forward to. I could go for like I could have gone for like Nintendo or something like that, but I really wanted a PSP because I was really a big fan of PlayStation at the time, and I still am to this day. I just don't play PlayStation as much as before as I used to, since I moved to from console to PC, and I could pretty much do things vice versa. But I'm pretty much I really missed my PSP, so I did order one. It's coming in on Monday. Hopefully, it doesn't know that if it doesn't come late, and I'm going to be doing a lot of things with it, such as playing old games that I had, and I really am excited to playing it again because it's just a nostalgia device that I used to have when I was a kid, and it was a lot of memories. You know, when you have something that you played as a kid, and um, you basically just that's all you used back in the day, then that was telling me I would be sitting at my window because my family would not let me use their internet, and it was kind of freaking stupid. And locally there was somebody who had an open Wi-Fi, but I had to sit right close to the window just to be able to play online with other people. Because unlike then, not that now, you didn't have to back then. You didn't have to pay for PS Plus to play online. You can just connect and boom, you're done. Now I know the servers are offline, and that is very disappointing. And I'm very disappointed about it because, man, if a servers was stolen, trust me, I'll be popping some resistant retribution right now. But sadly, all the servers are gone, and yeah, I just wish. If I have to, I probably would take the time to what you call it, make a servers, a host a servers that would allow people who have a PSP to connect to, and they can play online, and they would just change their DNS. It would work some kind of way. I would have to do all that research just to get that online, but that's something I have in mind that I really want to do. And the reason I'm doing it on the couch and up here because someone's downstairs talking, and I don't want to disturb them. So I have one coming in on Monday, so I'm really excited to do that. So I want main reason why I wanted a PSP is because it was a lot of nostalgia. It was memories that I lost because I don't remember everything as I used to as a kid, and I want to learn a lot of stuff back again. So, and bring back those memories that I used to know, and that's really why I wanted a PSP. But as well, I wanted to keep developing. I wanted to come back to the PSP scene after years until gone now, and start developing more apps, fixing apps. I know a lot of people love GoTube, and I can't believe how many people actually still use their PSP to watch GoTube. It's and we have mobile phones, and we have PS4s, and we have PS5s, etc., etc., and they decided to still use a PSP to watch YouTube. And I'm not going to say anything else you can watch on there because I'm putting this on YouTube. I don't want to, get myself demonetized. So you get the point. So I am going to rework on GoTube. I think that's my main priority that I'm going to be doing. At first, I got to hack the console, and then work on GoTube, and then once I get that up and running, I'll release a new build, and that will be available on Brewology. If you don't know, I'll have the link in the description. If you guys want to go to Brewology, I just will post all my work on there. I don't know. I remember my login information. I probably have to fucking either make a new one or reset the password if I remember the email I have on there. But all my work is going to be on Brewology, and if so, I'll find a PSP forum or make a PSP forum, and that'll have all my builds on there. As well, I have like other forums, subforums where people can post as well their homebrew on there, because I used to use this website called PSP Ghetto, and basically that's what I would use a lot to grab my my homebrew. But unfortunately, PSP Ghetto didn't like me because I don't know why they just banned me. I forgot the reason. I think because they think that my projects were breaking PSPs and people were complaining about it, and people were just being idiots at the time, and they didn't hear caution. So that's why when you see a developer says use at your own risk, that means you can't just blame the developer for you breaking your own console. You have to blame yourself because we told you use at your own risk. So we're not responsible for it. So I used to build a lot of apps. I built a custom OS for the PSP. It's called Blue Hat Linux. If you never heard of it, and if you probably have, that I built a long time ago. There was two versions of it. There was a system-wide built one, and there was just a CTF one, which which didn't really modify the system itself. It just modified how the OS looks and stuff like that. And then the system-wide one, which was available for the PSP 1000 and 1001, it basically altered everything. So you had it as a permanent. So every time you joined the console, it would immediately don't have to hack the device. And I'm thinking I'm doing that again. I have it's called a new OS. I'm building this called. It's going to be called Orbis PSP. It's going to be based off the PS4's UI, not as the UI exactly, but it's still going to have the XMB. But the XUI is going to have the design and much more improvements. I'm also going to be working on system performance and as well other things like that. And hopefully everything goes well. I have a lot of projects that I really want to work on for this system, and I'm really excited to bring back, because back in the day, I actually left the PSP scene right before. If you guys remember Memory PSP, they were as well another website that didn't really specifically work on homebrew. They specifically distributed the games, and they got in trouble from Sony, so they had to shut down. And it was sad. And that was actually recently that actually happened. So I'm pretty disappointed that I actually did, because it's I was really happy. They were left forever. I used to do the same thing, where I used to distribute PSP games, and I think I'm not gonna say if I'm going to do it or not. I used to be a distributor where I would distribute games for people who had hacked PSPs, and it was a very popular. You may have heard of it. It's called Rhapsody Network, and it used to be very popular. Right now, I have a website, and it's just right now available for PSP. It's not fully, built yet, because I'm trying. I don't have a PSP to test it all, and since I do going to get one, I can finally test that, debug it, and push it out to everyone. So it'll be similar to Memory PSP a little bit, but not exactly. The PSP that I got is a fully original PSP. It comes with a box, like if it was brand new, like if you just bought it from the store, but with some damages to the box. It's all original, and it's coming from the original owner, and I'm gonna be the second owner of that PSP. So I'm really glad. And the whole time I was looking for one. It's really hard to look for a PSP, that's especially if it's in the US version, because I personally don't like the Japanese versions of PSPs. I don't like having the circle having to be X, and then X have to be circle. I think it's kind of stupid. I know you can switch it, but I still don't want to deal with it. And it's not like it's a personal preference one, but I prefer the US version of it, and it is the original Fat PSP 1001, so I'm really excited about that. I was thinking about getting a PSP 2000, but I was like, yeah, I'll just go for the 1000 because one, it's cheaper and it's much more easier to find than the other models. And yeah, and plus it was really hard to find a full set that had the charger, it had a memory card, it had a battery, it had a USB cable. I mean, no, I don't think I have mine has a USB cable. I have to probably buy one, but it's fine. I can just do everything on my PSP because what I used to do, I didn't have a PC back in the day. I did everything on my PSP and coded everything on my PSP, and oh crap, that was bad. So sorry about that. I don't know why it. Ooh, that's cool. So I don't know why it did that. It must have fell in my pan, and yeah. So um, I was kind of really disappointed I didn't have one anymore, but yeah. Now I'm getting one, and I'm able to do a lot more things. And I used to code, as I was saying, um, I coded on everything on my PSP, made sure it worked on my PSP. I would sacrifice my own PSP for the greater good, even if it broke, because I always had a Pandora battery, and I have to now like order a Pandora battery. I know I can turn my own battery into a Pandora battery, but what's the point? I'd rather have two. But I used to code everything. Then zip use. I used to the back then the day I didn't have much of a PC. I did have a PC, but it wasn't mine. It was my aunt's. So I would rarely be able to get access to her computer because she's always on it. And when she isn't on it, I'm able to use it, but that's very rare. So what I would use I would use a program. I forgot what it was called on the PSP. It just from like so many years ago, and I would use that to extract my files, and then put them in their folder in the specific folder that needs to be, and that's how I would hack my device and do other things that I could do. Couldn't normally do without a PC. So back in the day, it was much more. A lot of people say, "Oh, you need a PC for this," but no, it's just it's a little bit more work. But once you get figured out, then you know what to do. But otherwise than that, that's pretty much what I want to make. I'm gonna be making GoTube. So if you have a PSP and you really want to use GoTube, I'm gonna be working on it. So don't worry about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.